Hello and welcome to India Today SoSouth. I am Sanjay Ponnappa and today with me is Maruti Acharya aka Satya and Madhumita aka what are you?
Nothing. I'm just Madhumita.
Okay, so the topic we are here to talk about is
Salaar aka Ugramm.
yeah. If you have not heard it, if you have not seen the similarities, first go watch the film Ugramm and then watch the trailer. You'll also have the same doubts as we have, which we are here to address. First question from the trailer: did you think that this is Ugramm or do you think this is going to be something else? Let's start with the lady, Madhumita.
ಬಾಲ ನಿಂಗೇನಾದರೂ ಬೇಕಾದರೆ ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಕೇಳು. Okay, that's the opening. That's one of the important dialogue in Ugramm. When you see Salaar, that is the first thing that came to my mind. Okay, there is something going on. Exactly what happened in Ugramm. Obviously it's Prashanth Neel, and he as told before, he gives the Ugramm touch, or the way he directs movies little similar. When you see KGF and Salaar, you can find you can recognize it. But the doubt which I got is that why is it all it's almost same. It feels like we are watching Ugramm again in a different language, but except there's no Murali in that. It's Prabhas. One more speculation is that after Ravi Basurur gave his statement saying, when a media person asked him, it's Ugramm is Ugramm a remake of Salaar? He's like, everybody knows it, but there's a googly in how the director portrays it here in Salaar. That's what he said. So this added on to the speculations, I guess. So I think the Kannada movie watchers will be disappointed if it's going to be a remake, and most of the story plot is same, I feel. What do you think?
See,
Thanks for being the moderator.
Sorry.
yeah. So there's this famous writer called Parashuri brothers. They're a duo, and there's one Parashuri Gopalakrishna. He once, as part of his writing class, he said, "There's no movie starting from Avatar, Aliens, whatever you take, birth, rise, fall, and death. So any movie moves around this.
That is the basic structure.
That's the basic structure. So you can't make any movie out of this structure. That's point number one. And second thing is, there are similarities. Him being mechanic. I watched Ugramm and I watched Salaar trailer. I do see the similarities, but the point is, maybe there's a clear difference between remake and adaptation. Maybe he picked up the core of Ugramm and it's his film. Maybe it's his first film. And back then, the kind of budget or whatever, maybe he had a audacious storytelling idea with that, which he couldn't explore with that. So maybe he's picking up the emotion, and it worked. It's not like it's a flop movie and he picked up. It worked. So maybe he's picking it up and exploring. But other than just it being Ugramm remake, Khansar, the world, there are a lot of other things also that we should look at. And being a Telugu audience myself, watching Prabhas in a role like this, that's important for me. And Ugramm, I don't think how many people might have watched Ugramm other than Kannada audience.
Fine,
So,
fair points. But the question here is, I'm covering two different demographics here. One is a Kannada cinema audience, and the other is from the Telugu states, who isn't exposed to the Kannada cinema demography as much. So, what do you think? Is this the right way to go for Prashanth Neel, who established himself as a maestro filmmaker with the KGF series? Is this the right way to go for him? Because it's not like cinema now is just related to one particular region. All cinema is accessible everywhere in the country, everywhere in the world. So do you think this is the right way to go for him? And will this set any particular standard?
Definitely, because we have seen comments coming up like, oh, Salaar is a big budget of Ugramm. So like that, and KGF 2 was also not up to the mark. Prashanth Neel's KGF 2, there are both sides of criticism, I agree, but it was not up to the mark. Even when you look at the editing, it was like slow motions, and blacking of screen here and there, and that, at least for me, it's my opinion, you can yeah. So it wasn't that great because there was a plot, and when he developed the plot, I think there are loopholes in that, and he could have done so much better when compared to KGF 1 and Ugram. So if he gives again a Salaar, something like related to KGF 2, then I think there will be a drop in the hopes of the people.
Okay. But with the trailer, after watching the trailer, especially the second drop, it seems like there is merit to the story there as well. It is
Correct.
not, at least Ceasefire Part 1 isn't just all of Ugram. Seems like there is world building, there is a magnanimous set. The people there, the characters, there's a lot more characters involved. There's a lot more talented actors involved. What do you think about this?
See, yeah, the scale.
And as a Telugu audience, do you think you would like to revisit Ugram if that actually is the case? Again, I will keep stressing on it. If it is actually an Ugram remake, would you like to still continue and watch this in depth?
Yeah, first thing, I don't mind. And will it work or not, to the previous question? I think it'll work if executed well. I'll tell you why. You watched Animal, right? You liked it, right?
Yeah.
70, like I would say more than 70% is just Godfather. There are legit similar parallel scenes, if not the main crux of it, but the way it was dealt is different. So exactly, you don't see Agastya here. You see Salaar. You don't see whatever the village that was shown there. It's Khansar. So you got the point, right? Even though he's a mechanic, whatever the similarities, let's assume that he took the heart. But the treatments actually makes the difference, and if you execute it well, it'll work. Animal is the best example. And coming back to this, Ugram is a successful movie. If people have a complaint that it's a flop movie, he picked up a flop movie and trying to remake that, then the criticism stands valid. But it's a hit movie, and I personally liked it. It's one of the first movies which introduced me to Kannada cinema, and I wanted to know what more is coming up. So it's a benchmark movie. So when somebody is picking up a benchmark movie, adding budget to it, bringing up cast from star cast from other languages, and Prabhas being the face of it, so that the reach of the story would be high, why not?
Fair point, and I also liked how you matched eye with the camera while you were saying this is the first Kannada film I watched. I loved it. Cheeky bugger. Okay. Again, with the same question but with a different touch to it. As a Kannada audience, predominantly Kannada audience, who's consumed Kannada films more than any other films, do you think this is the best way, even if it's with his points, if it's presented in a better way, with a touch to it?
Yeah.
Would you still be okay with accepting it, or will you just still see it as Ugram?
I can't talk for other for the other people, but for me, I think it's going to be a disappointment, as I said. But if it has a better making, definitely I will always appreciate that. But for me, it's always about story plot, how the plot is, and how I can connect to it emotionally. Also, that comes first for me. So, making and other elements and the face of the protagonist doesn't matter to me unless there is a strong plot. That will be my argument, I guess.
Also, under the assumption that it's Ugram's remake, there's another side to it which I want to put out. Arjun Reddy is a movie which I like, but Kabir Singh I didn't like. One, it's because of the sensibilities that they were trying to deal, and second thing is the cut down of duration. So there are so many things, because of cutting down those important scenes, the character seems, you don't resonate with the character in some points, especially the arcs. Now, similarly, in Salaar, it's a standalone movie, they're picking it up and they're making it 2 parts. So even though if it's just action scenes adding to it, then definitely it might turn out to be way more disappointing. Because the building of the world and bringing more characters and the drama is important. Even though you increase the duration or whatever, it might turn that way also. We have seen instances where it can go down the drain. So that side I'm a little skeptical about that also, because it's 2-part movie.
See, one thing is, as soon as this whole topic of a Salaar, a remake of Ugram came up, I remembered one thing that I used to think when I first watched KGF, I was like, okay, I felt like Ugramm is a little bit better than this because it's a lot more wholesome.
Correct.
It has good comedy, it has all these things. It felt like Ugramm was a better film. After he got the bigger budget for KGF, I also thought that, okay, what would have happened if Ugramm had a bigger budget? What I think that is, again, if that happens, I think that is what Salaar would be. So it will make a difference because Ugramm was such a great story that in the rest of the Indian territories it will make a good impact. If the story that was shown to the on screen in Ugramm is actually shown, the connection is there with the rest of the country. But will it have the same kind of connection with the Kannada audience is also something to be pondered on. Because Agastya is such a loved character. You know, Agastya was a vibe. If
Correct.
I was sitting in class, I was in school. If I was sitting in class, hey, Agastya Banda Kano was our headmaster. So will that vibe carry again?
But I really want to know about this Murali versus Prabhas. That was never the discussion. What is that for you? Do you connect to the role or the actor who played the role?
Definitely not to the actor, but the role had so much value in it, and the way he portrayed Agastya is it's again comes back to it's very emotional. I feel like when people watch it, even though it's a low budget movie, it's very nicely done. There is a flow, and when you watch the editing also, it's not too much rough editing. There's it's very beautifully done, and also the movie doesn't feel boring. It catches the audience attention. There is a comedy, as Sanjay noted the point, noted it out. You know, there is comedy element also in the movie, which is light. At the same level, there's so much action is also happening.
Yeah, that's the director's brilliance, right?
Yeah, and also the director, the way he shows the characters in the movie is important, and I think it's more about Agastya and not about who is in the movie.
And again, to play the devil's advocate here, when I watched the trailer, I could draw a lot of similarities there.
Same, me too.
From Prabhas's mannerism, it seemed like he was acting like Agastya. Prabhas has a mother here who was given a little bit of screen time there, and this whole dynamic of the mother and Bala's connection was shown. To be noted that connection wasn't shown in Ugramm. Another thing, he's a mechanic. He's a little meek. He doesn't get into any scandals. One scene there was shown where he says, no, I will only take the vehicle back. Don't worry. Sorry, Anna. He says that. There is this probably little brother character who was taunting Prabhas there. Will he know how to hold a gun? Which I felt like was literally picked up from Ugramm. With all these similarities.
Also, at the end, in Ugramm, he says, "Ninginnu enadru bekadre kelu." There's similar dialogue in Salaar also in the trailer.
No, the conflict, the crux of it pretty much gives me the same vibe. But the world is different, right?
Khansar, Mughor, how similar does it sound?
Okay.
You think from the Kannada person's point of view.
Okay.
How would you feel when a character and a movie that you connected so much to is remade again? You're excited for Prashanth Neel to come up with a film, but when you go and watch it, it's the same thing that you've already watched and loved. What would you feel?
Yeah, as I already told Arjun.
Putting yourself in that shoes.
Yeah, as I told Arjun Reddy Kabir Singh, if it's executed well, I'll definitely like it. And here clearly I feel I have more connect to Vijay Deverakonda over Shahid Kapoor, personal choice. So the actor also makes a lot of difference for me. But if that's not the case for you, if you feel like actor is not the game, it's the direction, then definitely I don't think it should be a problem. But it's, again, execution is my deal. Okay. How is it executed? Ugramm will be a personal film to me because in the interviews, Prashanth Neel is clearly saying that it's a Telugu film. So as a Kannada audience, if I'm a Kannada audience, for me Ugramm will be more personal. But that is not a reason for me to not watch what he's doing again. End of the day, he's a filmmaker trying to tell you a story. Maybe a known story, but in a different way. So if you're up for it, you can choose. If not, you can.
Same question with a different touch. If you put yourself in the shoe of a person who's not from Karnataka, and now visualize the trailer in your mind, would you be excited for the film?
It's definitely after watching Salaar trailer. If I had not watched Ugramm before, then I would definitely go watch Salaar because I don't think many people knows about Ugramm. And after watching KGF 2, obviously there is a level of Prashanth Neel is in a greater level right now. And when I watch Salaar, I will definitely be like, okay, I should go watch it, kind of a thing. And also one more point here is after Bahubali, I think Prabhas is also like he wants a strong comeback and after. Which is that movie with Pooja Hegde?
Radhesham.
Radhesham and Rama
Adipurush.
Adipurush, yeah. He's I don't want to call desperate, but he need a strong comeback, I would say. And if Salaar if it's gonna be a Ugramm remake, then it will be problematic for him too.
Let's wait
Don't
for
you
that
think?
22nd
Okay.
of the release.
Enough, stop trying to steal my moderator seat, okay? Don't ask questions between
Sorry,
each other.
Sanjay.
To end this, what is your concluding notes?
Even if it's Ugramm remake, I trust Prashanth Neel, and it's not a problem if you pick up the theme and do it. So unless as a standalone movie, Salaar, if it works, it's great. But that shouldn't be a reason. If it's an Ugramm remake also, that shouldn't be a reason for you to stop yourself from watching the movie.
No, I totally agree with Sanjay, but sorry, Satya, because it's gonna be disappointed for us Kannadigas because we are gonna miss out one more project of KGF disappointed few of us. We are gonna be disappointed if Salaar is gonna be a remake.
Pink shirt girl.
But if it, as he said, if it's experimental and if there is something unique in Salaar, we would definitely go watch it and have fun. It's all entertainment at the end of the day.
Well, it's all entertainment at the end of the day is the ending note of this video.
Yes.
With that, we'll be here with Salaar's review. We'll be here analyzing the film and we'll come and also tell you if it's a remake or not. So stay tuned to our channel. Make sure to subscribe to it. Hit the like button if you like this video. Let YouTube know you're enjoying what you're watching. With that, I am Sanjay Ponnappa.
This is Maruti Acharya.
I'm Madhumita.
And you are watching India Today SoSouth.